Hello
Greetings
and welcome.
to step 2. This is week 1 of the Heart Path, and you've now done step 1, and now you're moving on to step 2.
You've created the map for yourself,
Yes.
so now we're going to look at where we are on the map.
You started to mark your little "you are here" dot by recording your beliefs and your thoughts about your day when you first wake up, at a second time during the day when you're a little bit zoning out, and then before you went to bed.
Yeah.
So this is showing us a very real picture of what and where your filters are, and how you are subconsciously perceiving the world,
Right.
and how that is painting your reality each day. So now we're going to dig a little deeper.
Yes, we are.
We want to know about your feelings about
Yeah.
how your life is right now.
Yes. Really important. Be brutally honest with yourself. How do you feel about where you are currently at?
Right.
There is a whole list of questions that are in this module, and you need to be honest. You need to get really raw. Nobody else is going to read this. You don't have to share it with us. Your partner doesn't have to read it. Your boss is not going to read it. You need to be honest with yourself when you answer this. Otherwise, the rest of the process is not going to work.
Right. So the deeper digging questions are actually in the next step, but we begin the process in this step by prompting you to explore how you feel about your life as it is right now. And it's really just kind of getting in there and saying, because so many times, so many of us are like, yeah, okay, my life's okay, like I don't really have anything to complain about. So like we sort of operate in this space of like existing or something, right? It was like, for me personally, I spent a very long time like, okay, well, something's missing, but like I'm not a starving child in Africa, or I'm not, living under bombs in Syria. So like, what do I really have to complain about? And it wasn't that I had anything to complain about, but my life was not fulfilling. And again, first world problems, but it is what it is, and we are where we are. So when I really started to get honest with myself and start looking at how I felt about my life, the fact is I felt like, meh. I mean, yeah, like, okay, okay.
But you know what, guys? There is a really big difference between not feeling sick and feeling well.
Exactly that. Like feeling fulfilled and feeling happy in life and feeling like, you're joyful and connected, and then over here in like full on disconnect, like I was, or like Chris was for years, where he was in depression, I was in addiction, anxiety, both of us were just, in darkness. So there's a large area between that horrible darkness of disconnect and where we are now.
Right.
And that's the gray area that so many of you are stuck in. And that's essentially the core meat of why we created this program for you.
Absolutely.
So that's what we're getting into here. But you have to be honest with yourself about it first. We can't sit here and tell you how, when, why, and where your life is not fulfilling you. Only you can answer that.
Does somebody ask you during the day, how's your day? And your reaction is, not too bad, can't complain.
It's okay,
It's okay, could be
good
better.
when you have all this shit going on. Like, how many times are you actually honest about how you're feeling?
Right.
I want you guys to answer that. How many times do you actually honestly answer it when somebody says, how's it going, or how are you feeling, or how's your day?
And if you are feeling genuinely good and you say not too bad, why are you saying not too bad?
Say I'm great.
This is what we want to look at here. So check out how you feel about your life. Be very clear about how you feel about your life as it currently is. Crucial for what we're going to do next.
Yeah, and if there are things that come to mind, forget the should for this, okay? We want you guys to put aside the should. We want you to put aside thinking, oh, well, I should be happier, I should be more grateful. Just forget all that for a second, okay? We're just approaching this very realistically and objectively, okay?
This is a judgment-free zone.
We've created it, judgment-free, okay? So if there is something you don't like or something is missing, name it.
Yeah.
Okay? Because you're never going to, and this is like the massive message behind everything we do at Hug Your Chaos, you're never going to come to acceptance of it or change it or come to, you know, a place where it just is no longer a weight if you won't admit it.
Right.
So, honesty.
Honesty.
And at the same point, while being brutally honest, I strongly reminded you in this module as I was typing it up to remember to be gentle on yourself.
Yeah.
Okay? When you've lived a life where you've ignored your feelings for years, it can be challenging to put a name on your feelings. So I've included a little link to a feelings worksheet. It even has little faces to go with each emotion. This is something that very much helped me in the early years of my healing path, because I didn't know what I was feeling, you guys. I just knew that I was like pissed and I was bitter.
Yeah.
But like what, there's so much more under that, you know? So
remember this. The judgment-free zone
Yes.
extends to you
Yes.
as well. You are not to judge yourself either.
right, exactly that. So, and the last little tidbit we included in here is we prompted you guys as a side exercise to just look up the definitions of react versus respond.
Ooh.
And look at how that shows up in your life. And we want you to ask yourself, do you find yourself, after looking up those definitions, do you find yourself more often in reaction or in response?
Uh-huh.
So, and we really want to encourage you to talk about that in the group, and we'll talk about that on your call as well, because that's also going to be a key element of going forward. And many of you have probably already, I know for a fact from some of our conversations in stage 1, as we were getting into breath work and stuff, you've already started seeing that. Oh, okay, I'm reacting. Let me pause, let me breathe, let me do breath work, let me breath work Band-Aid, and etc.
Create space from the reaction.
So we're going to dig a little deeper into that and start getting honest about what's showing up in your life.
Yeah. Good luck.
Good luck, have fun, be gentle,
Yeah.
and remember, self-care is important too while you're going through this.
Judgment-free zone.
Judgment-free zone. Much love, everybody. See you guys soon. Bye.